In 1981 or so, I was frustrated with stand-up comedy because it's not very easy to do and not easy to be successful. And I had worked with a lot of very, very talented people. And I thought, you know what? I'm probably never going to be as good as they are. And I should, get out and try to do something else. And then I missed it so much. In 1984, I had the opportunity. I had now moved to New York from Boston, where I was in college. And the opportunity came for me to run a comedy club and fell in my lap from another Emerson person. It was down the street from NYU. And quickly it became one of the best comedy clubs in the country. It's called the Paper Moon. And, I started bringing in many of the comics I knew from Boston. Eventually, this Paper Moon became the Boston Comedy Club, which is kind of highlighted in shows like Crashing and movies about comedy. But we had brought in all of these comics from around the country that I had met. Jake Johansson, Paula Poundstone, people from San Francisco, Chicago, the people who weren't regulars at the comedy club in New York. And, right away I met Colin Quinn, a comedian, actor, and him and I together ran this comedy club, and it became wildly successful. And then it got a little bit over the top because, every day I'd get a phone call at home. Hey, I can get this club, and I'd love to work it. And it was only 52 weeks in a year, and it ended up, being a little bit too much, and things started going well for me as a comedian. And I gave the club up to the guy who, like I said, made it the Boston Comedy Club. And all of a sudden, I started traveling the world doing stand-up, and I really liked it.